What's to the Gaga T subs and squad? So thanks to Abby and her foolishness, she talked to us about this show on YouTube called Fashionaires of Atlanta. They are in their second season, and it is executive produced by KL Allen, who also helps produce G Status ATL Hustle, right? So I said, I'll see what it's talking about. I'll see what they got going on. Because she said, in so many words, it was terrible, but how they read each other is funny. So I said, I'll check it out. I'll see what it's like. I'll go in here and do a review just for doing the review's sake. But I don't know if I'm going to continue to watch it or review it. And after watching the second episode, I still feel the same way as I did the first time. Now, KL Allen, y'all hold on a second. My bad, bitch. I had a phone call. Now, KL Allen, you ain't never did nothing to me. Me and you are very familiar with each other. And even though you got into a small little spat with my big sis really be, you ain't did nothing to me personally. And y'all already know how I feel. Listen, if the bitch ain't did shit to me, she alright with me. So KL, you are alright with me. And because you are alright with me, I decided to watch this foolishness that you had going on. Now, while it was entertaining in a funny type of way, because, see, there's no real way to say what I want to say without being shady. And, KL, this is no shade to you. It's really not, because we all got to start somewhere. But, girl, some of these people got to go. Speaking of some of these people got to go, first of all, the first thing that took me out was how I saw about 20-something odd hoes being lined down, in the opening credits. Child, listen, y'all got it, y'all had more people in the opening credits than G Status and Chasing Reality put together. And when I saw it was that many damn people on one show, I said, oh yeah, this is about to be full of mayhem, debauchery, and mess. I'm going to need for y'all to cut down on some of these people. It was just a lot. It was a lot. No, I did not watch the first episode, and I will not watch the first episode. You're lucky I got through this second episode. If it wasn't for the fact of seeing lisping, spitting, stuttering ass Nico and all of his fool-la-la, laughing at her ass, I don't know, KL, but because I rock with you and I want to support it, we'll see how this goes. It all depends on how many views and likes and clicks that I get off this. That will determine whether or not it continues to stay on the repertoire. First of all, Mother Marv, your name is not Mave. It's Marv. Like the color girl. It's Marv. I hate and it's always niggas that do that. They add a E or a E or a duh, or a v, or a eh, or something like that down to the end of their name thinking that it's cute. Girl, your name Marv. And if I decide to keep this show down to the repertoire, I'm going to call you just that. Marv. Damn Marve. Girl, I know you lying. And your confessional look is horrible. Your confessional look is atrocious. Atrocious, okay? Your face look like it's melting because what's going on with your Betty Crocker inspired base makeup. It makes you look older than 50, and the hair, girl, you really need to go and hunt down 6ix9ine's, the punk that do 6ix9ine's lace front, because he be having his lace front laid. And mother, that's exactly what you need. And I'm going to tell you where I'm going in and letting have on you the way that I am, because your attitude is atrocious. Much like your outfit, your attitude is atrocious. Listen, it's one thing to be shady when it's just a little fun shade. But you was just straight up shading this girl. And won't this your first time meeting her? It was just so off-putting for girl, you listen, you bow eligible for an AARP card. So I'm going to need for you to carry yourself as such. Okay? Because you and them sagging titties down to that ugly ass coat that you had on, girl, you can keep it. Then you got upset with the girl asking you about who you was inviting down to your party. Now, don't get me wrong. Maybe it won't none of her business because it was your very first time meeting her. But for you to shade her the way that you did down to your confessionals, it was just very unbecoming to me. And what for a woman of your years, it was very unbecoming. Then you started throwing shade down to the lady's photo shoot. Like, it just became way too much with Mother Mauve. And at this point, I just don't have to have her because she the old girl. She the oldest person there from the cast down to production. So it's just like, throw that bitch out. Moving on. Drew is a boutique owner, and he was modeling for a fashion show. I really ain't got much to say about Drew. Shout out to you being a boutique owner, and I really hope that your modeling gig, whether I should see it or not, because I'm still on the fence, but I really hope that it goes down and it pans over the way that you wanted to. I don't have anything real bad to say about Drew because it wasn't much too Drew for me to say. So then Nico shows up walking like he a fine bitch down to the club, walking like he wearing 6-inch heels like Beyonce, and the bitch was wearing sneakers. And he pulls Drew to the side to talk about what happened down to KL's housewarming party. And Drew felt like people were reading him about his fashions. I don't know what happened at KL's party. If y'all want to know what he talked about, go on head on down. I'll put the channel link down into the description. Y'all can go around it and watch the foolishness as it unfolded. I'm just going to ask Abby because Abby know, like, I got an outlet. So if I'm going to be y'all outlet, and I'm going to put it down in the description box, because if there's anything from what I saw this second episode, I don't have to have the first episode. So Cece Rocker is a boutique owner, and she goes to see Natasha down to an Excel event because she heard that she had a fashion line. I enjoyed what I could hear of the conversation. I mean, I really couldn't hear much because I heard everybody else's conversation more than I heard Natasha and Cece's conversation. I actually kind of like Cece a little bit. I really do. Like, she's very beautiful. She seems like she has a good head on her shoulders. Mama got things going on, so I was all here for her. Mama was concerned about business. She wasn't concerned about all of the rest of that fool-la-la that they got going on, and that's what I liked about it. I could be wrong. If I continue to watch this, we gonna see. Now, listen, CC, just because I'm going up for you now, that don't mean I'm gonna still go. You better ask KL. So KL hosting a food tasting event, and he just had to let the girls know it was down to his posh loft. Go off, KL. Living the loft life. Living the loft life. And KL says that Natasha and Nico should have taken Mauve to a business meeting because she knows how to close the deal. Listen, KL, that may be your good home girl, like that quiet as it's kept, that may be your auntie, but Miss Girl don't know how to keep her damn sagging titties from showing down to that crop top of a jacket that she had on, which was horrible, may I add. So I don't really see her, closing down multi-million-dollar deals no time soon. But I'm going to let you have it, KL, because that's your auntie, so I'm going to let you have it. Mauve hands out invites to her 50th birthday party. Girl, I don't care. Because I got a feeling that party going to be just as tired as her old ass is. Moving on. Nico talks about his issue with Shay, and KL isn't having that kind of energy at his tasting. Well, KL, that's what you get for inviting punks down to your damn, down to your grind dime loft. Okay, you live in a loft life while he live in why he living a $550 in month rent. Girl, listen, Mama Girl look like she kinda on Section 8 food stamps, which is how she's able to afford walking around in the fashions that she be having on, honey. I don't know why I just don't see it for Nico, but I just don't see it for Nico. And then once he said that he was a fraud in the past, that alone was something that completely turned me off, because if you was a fraud then, in my eyes, you's a fraud now. And I can't trust you no further than I could throw you. But I sure can't throw you, because if I do, I'm going to throw my back out. And they're looking at, and I am a big girl. So it's one big girl reading another big girl. But, you know, whatever, Nico. So KL and that London Bridge read that he gave Nico, girl, I fell out. Because Abby talked about it earlier today. But then once I saw it, I fell out. And I'm going to tell you what else I fell out on. KL, what the hell was that you had? Listen, sis. I'm a firm believer that there is there's a market for everything. But I don't know if I really see people wearing what you wore down to your confessional for this episode. I don't want to see that no more, KL. I love you. It's really no shade. Hit me up down in my comments. So Shay is doing a collaboration photo shoot with a cosmetic line called Color Ane, I believe it was called. And Cece lets her know what Natasha told her. And Shay tells the truth and got Nico ass together down in the process. And I was all here for it. I'm going to tell you something, Natasha. You the type of bitch that I can't deal with, because I'm with Shay. I'm the one that even had that put in a good word for you to even meet Cece. So for you to sit up and try to talk about what you heard from somebody else about me, that's some real like I can't get down with that either. And for you to be so above this and you're so poised and you about your business, girl, you're not about your business doing stuff like that. Like, I was kind of with Shay on that. And I'm sorry. To look at Shay, I just can't see Shay being mixed up in a whole bunch of X and Mo X and whatever the hell it was that y'all was around there saying. So I'm really glad that she got that together. And Shay, for now, I believe you. Because I don't know too much about you. But for now, I do believe you. But if I find out that it's some truth and what lisping, spitting, stuttering ass Nico had to say, I'm going to get your ass together for making me look like a fool down to the YouTube. But for now, I believe you. So the group gets together with Natasha for a trip down to Amazon or something like that. And KL has to get a rental because the reservations wasn't made. Like, Natasha, you too busy running around here, running around town, telling what you think you know or what you heard from people. The girl, you can't even handle your business in the right way. Like, KL stupid. See, KL, you a much better woman than I ever be, because I wouldn't have came out of my pocket to give Nathan. Okay, Natasha need to be glad that I'm even going. That's all I'm going to say. Moving on. Nico is coming and he reads her down to the confessional. That was basically the end of the episode. I just don't see it for Nico. I don't see it for Nico. Like, I kind of feel like if the route from Atlanta to Tennessee was down here, Nico really could have just rolled his big ass right on down, and he probably would have beat them there had he done that. Like, I just don't see it for Nico. I don't like Nico. Nico is the typical messy ass queen who feels like he's so much more above than what he really is, and it'll take a bitch like me to get a bitch like him together. But y'all, that's all I got. I ain't got no more to give you. Y'all drop down in the comments. Let me know if y'all even watch this show, and depending on how many likes, views, clicks, or comments, or hate mail, or whatever the hell I get, will determine whether I keep this down on the repertoire or not. I will be pulling the channel's link down into the description so y'all can go and check out the buffoonery for yourself. I'm talking a lot of junk, but KL, shouts out to you. Congratulations to you. I really do like you, KL. So definitely, I root for anybody that's black. You know, much like Issa Rae said, now I totally get down with that. So I'm with it. We just gonna see if I'ma stick with it. And with that, I'm out. Bye.
What you're given, that's how we live it. Don't be mad at the system, it's simply how we've existed. I hear a lot of people talking like they politicians and choose to be an accountant because it's safe in the business.